Next up with your fuck me. Be aware of Royal Mail's box limits. Fuck Jesus fuck. Be aware of Royal Mail's small package. It's fucking package and parcel. Welcome along, folks. We're back. It's the top 10 tips for eBay beginners. Something here for everyone. Take a look, guys. Okay, so tip number 1. If you're going to be selling a lot on eBay, you're going to need quite a lot of packing materials. Now, if you go down to your local postie and you try and pick up one of these bad boys, it's going to run you probably 50 to 60 pence. This is a jiffy big enough to fit a DVD in. If you go to Amazon, which is our top tip, you could probably get 100 of these for about a tenner, 10 pence a piece. Tip number 2 is cleaning. It's key. These are 3 tools that I love to use. Lighter fluid is awesome for removing glue. Polish is great for anything. A quick squirt of this guy, and you will get most items singing to within, probably say an inch or 2. See? Alcohol is also great for removing marker pen and for cleaning cartridges. Give it a go, guys. Okay, so tip number 3 is all about your testing. So you want to test your items prior to selling, saving yourself any aggro from people saying it doesn't work, you're an arsehole, they leave you bad feedback, and you're losing out on eBay. Your rep's going down fast. Okay, so for example, you bought yourself a nice little SNES cart down at the boot. What you're gonna wanna do? Take a console. You're gonna wanna put it into the console, click it down, power it up, make sure she works. As long as she does, list it, and sell the f***er. Tip number 4 is photographs. This is where you can make your items really shine, guys. This is a camera. It's one that I regularly use for my photos on eBay. Now, in all seriousness, photos are going to be key for you guys. Sorry to say it. Lighting is going to be key. Big tip, use window light. It's probably the best light you're going to get, especially if you're not going to be forking out a lot of cash for proper lights. And make sure those angles are there, guys. Everyone wants to see what they're buying, not just from the front, from the back, from the side, from the bottom. So make sure you cover all the angles and make sure stuff's in focus, obviously. That's all, guys. Happy snaps, folks. Okay, so top tip number 5. We're halfway through this. And the tip is good titles, good descriptions. So here's an example. This is Grim Fandango for PC. In your title, are you going to write that? No, you're going to write a lot more. We're going to include things like, this is a PC big box edition. Include that. We're going to say what's inside the box. Is it complete? And the last little bit on the end of this that we could include is the publisher. Who made it? In this case, it's LucasArts. Some people might be looking for LucasArts games, nothing specific. But you've drawn them to your copy of Grim Fandango in the big box just by putting LucasArts in the title. Good work. She sold fast. So, we're going to talk about the condition. And we're not going to generalize it to just being one thing. Like, the whole thing is in alright, but has a little wear. It's not good enough. People want to know more. What do they want to know? Let's start with the outside. Box. Is it in good nick? In this case, not really. So there's a tear up the one side. I'm going to mention that in my description, straight off the bat. Next up, we're going to go inside the box. We're going to talk about the manual. Is it in decent condition? Does it have any folds or creases? Or God forbid, pages missing? So the last thing we're going to look at is the disc. Is it in good condition? And in this case it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right at the very end. End the list and description on a high note.
Tip number 6 is generally about pricing. First things first, guys, check sold listings. There's a lot of daft f***ers on eBay who are going to be asking for the big prices. Doesn't mean they're necessarily going to get them. So check your sold listings, guys.
Okay, so top tip number 7 is offer free postage to be ranked higher by eBay in the search results. They're going to bump you up if you're offering free postage. But a little tip as well to go along with this, add the postage cost onto the cost of the item. You're going to get right up to the top of the list and you're still getting your money for your postage.
Guys, tip 8 and my top tip. Use eBay promotional offers, guys. They do a really great one, and that is maximum final value fees of £1. Let me break it down for you guys. eBay are going to take 10%, so if you sell an item for £20, they're going to take £2. PayPal are going to take 3.4%, so you can work that one out for yourselves. If you're selling an item for £500, eBay are going to take a whopping £50. Okay, that's quite a lot of money. So if you use the eBay promotions, i.e. maximum final value fee of £1, they're only going to take £1. That is a massive saving, guys. You have to be using them. And guys, please remember to activate the offer because you may not realize that you need to, but you do.
Okay, so top tip number 9, the penultimate. Be smart with your packaging. For examples, here's 2 games. If I'm going to put these together sandwiched like I have done here, this little depth is more than 2.5 centimeters and it's going to cost you a small parcel. Whereas, if we put them side by side, now look at the depth. Now that's going to slip right into any UK letterbox, a piece of cake. Now it's cost me about £1.30. Next up with your packaging, be aware of Royal Mail's small parcel box limits, namely the height. Got a SNES here, it'll fit in there. It's going to cost me about £5. If I get myself a box that's half the size of that, it'll still fit the SNES. It's going to cost me about £3. Oh, next tip with packaging. When an item's going to be over 2 kilos, Royal Mail are going to run you about £13 to send it the cheapest option via parcel force. So be aware of that, because it's costly. Alternatively, you could get yourself down to the Hermes and get it for about £6. So that's not so bad.
Listen, guys, it's number 10, and it's probably the most important. This one is all about that reputation online. On eBay, it needs to be good, guys, as you know. Answer questions in good time. If you're leaving someone for a week to answer a question, that's a damn disgrace. And of course, postage times, guys. If you're saying you're going to post in 2 days, then get it posted. Because if you can't even do that, are you really going to be a reseller? Probably not. Thanks for watching. Listen, guys, that was the top 10 eBay beginner tips. If there's anything we missed, be sure to let us know in the comments. But don't be surprised if we already thought of it, because we probably did. Thanks for watching, guys. A big thumbs up to all our viewers. Hit the like, smash the sub, and we'll see you next time.